Welcome, Mr. Traffic. Here's Mr. Traffic.
And all those scofflaws could use some help from Mr. Traffic.
Cable TV's Mr. Traffic. Kenny Morris is here. Hello, Mr. Traffic.
Got Mr. Traffic.
Mr. Traffic.
So you see, all you have to do is ask Mr. Traffic.
And for the 16th year in a row, welcome to another live edition of Ask Mr. Traffic. My name is Kenny Morris, your friendly traffic safety expert and traffic school teacher who's been right here on the cable for many, many years to help you not land in one of my traffic school classes. For those of you who may not have seen the show, this is our 16th. We are the longest running live call-in show on Southern California Cable, the award-winning, I might say. We won the Diamond Award a few years ago for Best Live Call-in Show. And for those of you who might not have seen me, because unfortunately I'm not able to do my show as much as I used to. I used to do the show almost weekly, but now I'm reduced to about twice a year because of my other media work and the many other things that I do. But I've been teaching traffic school in Los Angeles for the last 19 years. I am the #1 most requested comedy traffic school teacher. I can't tell you which traffic school I work for because here on Public Access they have certain rules about not mentioning companies and commercial stuff. It does involve improv something, but I can't be specific. They don't even allow me to mention my own website. But if people could figure this out, really. I mean, if they knew that Mr. Traffic had a .com, they'd put it together and they'd figure out what it is. But I'm not allowed to say it. But the question of the half hour is: have you gotten a ticket and you want to know what you should do about it? Should you pay it? Should you fight it? Or should you go to traffic school? You want to talk about buying cars, insurance, anything that has to do with the wide world of driving? Mr. Traffic is your free resource here on Adelphia Cable, and I might say on the World Wide Web, where I've been since 1995. I answer every single question I get on the website for free. What kind of idiot am I? For free. People on the internet so stupid. Hey, dude, when you're in a chat room, when she says she has a swimmer's body, dude, that means Shamu. Don't be so stupid. So we've got a lot to talk about here today. I'll be happy to take your calls, but I've got a few issues that I need to get into before I get into your calls. And since I've been on the air last a few months ago, obviously, there has been a huge spike in the gas prices. And I just can't figure out why everyone isn't freaking horrified. Oh, everyone's belching and moaning and screaming and bitching and doing nothing about it. Nobody's doing anything about it. And Mr. Traffic has been talking about this for the last 16 years right here on this channel about what we could do in order to bring the oil companies to their knees, and people won't do it. Well, the people from CBS News, I do a lot of work for the local stations and a lot of reports when it comes to driving. I had my own radio show on KRLA for a couple of years, The Driving Show with Mr. Traffic. And when the news companies call and say they want to do a piece on driving, usually it's at times like this when gas prices get to be outrageous. The CBS Evening News with Bob Schieffer, they called me, they flew me to Boston to do a piece for them. And let me show you what this piece is about, and this will lead me into my outrage. Here's the CBS Evening News with Bob Schieffer.
We drove into Boston on fumes. 5 days on the road had taken its toll.
How much, sir? $1.
On the crew, the cars, and our wallets. We traveled more than 1,700 miles. The expedition used $348 worth of gas. It cost $175 to go that far in the Accord, and only $141 in the Prius. We took the cars to a garage in Boston to be looked over by car expert Kenny Morse. He wears his inner car geek on the outside.
Well, the Prius absolutely did amazing.
The average American drives 10,000 miles a year, so picking a Prius instead of the Expedition could save you about $1,200 a year on gas. That's why they're in high demand. and why some dealers are marking them up anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 over the sticker price. So you could end up paying more because you're paying a premium on the vehicle itself.
That does happen with many hybrid vehicles.
But for many families and folks, a Prius just isn't an option. Take our 6'3" photographer, Jim. We moved him and his equipment out of the SUV and into the Prius.
Oh, this is a spacious cabin.
It was a little cramped.
Lasts about 5 minutes in here with my kids.
The Honda performed exactly as expected, but garage owner Barry Steinberg says lately a lot of cars don't.
Cars are just not running the way they used to, and I think it's the quality of the fuel.
He says his shop is servicing more cars than ever with clogged fuel injectors and diminished gas mileage for no reason.
But what else could it be?
It could be speed. Apparently, it burns a hole in your tank.
If everyone would just do the speed limit, we could save over 8 million gallons of gas a day.
And on that score, we have to plead guilty. After all, we did receive this email from Catherine White in Fayetteville, North Carolina, who we apparently passed during the trip. She wrote, "They were doing 85 miles an hour the whole time, flying through traffic. I didn't know the hybrid car could go that fast." So, to Miss White and anyone else we may have passed along the road, we're sorry, and we'll be off the road soon. Steve?
Sharon, you still got some work to do, right?
We're going to go up north and we're going to be talking to some fishermen and see how gas prices are affecting them.
Sharon Alfonsi.
So, even the reporter from CBS News, they're speeding on the way up to do the report. I mean, how stupid. Well, CBS flew me to Boston to do that piece. 30 seconds. I spent 12 hours on an airplane. Oh, God, what I won't do for national exposure. I'm a media whore. But the point is, what I said in that piece, if everybody in this country would just decide as a nation of drivers, that we would do the speed limit, we would save so many millions of gallons of gas a day. It would make the entire difference in terms of gas prices in this country, and I might say dependence on foreign oil. But we won't do it. We would rather go 75 or 85 and a 65 than we care about having $5 a gallon at the pump. You just want to bitch about it. You don't want to do anything about it. All of you who are listening to me now, you really think about this seriously. Would you be willing to give up going speeding on the freeway in order to get to the next red light sooner if you could bring gas prices down? Oh, some of you will say yes. But I'm telling you, the majority of people will say, no, I would rather speed. And that's why the gas companies have us by the you-know-whats, because they know that we will not do it. It's funny, I'm watching Larry King Live, and they had the CEO of Chevron. Well, they made $4 billion in a quarter. It's obscene. Listen, I don't mind them making money. What I mind is that they're not pouring this money back into building new refineries and upping oil production and stuff like that. They're not doing that. They're just taking their profits, and God knows what they're doing with it. So he was the one who actually said, they had Robert Redford and a whole bunch of other conservationists on Larry King Live, and he's the one who actually said, well, if everybody in America would stop speeding, then our gas prices would be lowered. And I'm going, yes, the CEO had to say it. What is the matter with you people? Slow the freak down. I do the speed limit. I do the speed limit every